Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are embroiled in this war, or it's not a war yet, but it'll get to be a war, against France. And I do believe that... Ooh, I don't know what just flashed up here. It's like a rectangle. I don't know if it came through the video, but like a rectangle that size, dark in color, just flashed up there. I don't know what that was. That's weird. Regardless, it's irrelevant. I do believe we're going to lose this war. We can't declare neutrality because we were all automatically brought in here. And France was brought in via an obligation. So, I don't think this is going to go tremendously well. That said, Colombia is on our side, which is nice. We have a vulnerable front in Panama, apparently. I'm not going to be concerned about that. That is not particularly concerning to me. We are almost certainly not going to be able to fight France in any meaningful capacity here. So that's concerning, right? That's definitely concerning. That said, we have a ridiculous amount of construction going on here. And we're currently pulling heavily out of our investment pool to make this happen while still making money. So that's reasonably fine. In fact, we're making a frankly ludicrous amount of money right now. Our subsidies have dropped. That's a big part of it. But we're definitely making a frankly ludicrous amount of money. We're going to run out of investment pool very soon. So that bears noting. I do believe this war to be a reasonably lost cause. I just don't want them to toss any war goals in against us. So once the war actually breaks out here, we'll probably look to get out as soon as possible. I don't really think... Scandinavia wants a trade agreement. We definitely accept that. I don't really think that this is going to be a tremendously good war for us. In fact, I think it's overall going to be a very bad war for us. I think we do lose this. But we didn't really have an option as to whether we fight this or not. It just kind of happened. Because we were allied with Belgium here, and France decided to join revolutionary Belgium. We didn't really have a choice here. It is what it is. So, is anybody going to back down? That's an interesting question. Both sides are confident. This is saying 0 of 0. Oh, this is leaning. Right. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely going to be very interesting. Both sides are confident, so this war is going to happen. I'm not confident in this war. I don't think we're going to win it. We do, however, have dough rollers, which means that we can run automated bakeries. Beautiful. And we can also expand our food industries, but apparently... Okay, it didn't want to auto-expand, but there we go. That seems good. Let's make sure that all of these are set to auto-expand, and indeed they are. We do need a new tech here, and we are going to go for probably just finishing off our production techs, I think. Let's finish up... I mean, oil turbine isn't really useful for us exactly, but let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so this war is going to break out, and it's going to go poorly. I'm quite confident in this. Okay. So. There are no war goals targeting us. We could just bail. That's a possibility. But I kind of want to see just how badly this goes. We'll probably bail pretty early on in this war. Oh, okay. France just lost a war. Sure. I'm thinking that this is going to go extraordinarily poorly. But we're watching it for the time being. We're also watching our credit work its way up, and it's a bit of a problem, to be sure. But for now, we're going to have all these synthetic plants finishing up soon enough. That's a lot of synthetic plants, isn't it? Like, that's a whole lot of synthetic plants. We also have insufficient taxation capacity in Brandenburg, and we should definitely prioritize this up to at least one additional. We could do something like this. But honestly, we already have one here. Hang on. What are we even doing? We already have one queued up. So we probably shouldn't. Okay. I do very much expect this war to go poorly. And indeed it is. We can see here that we are, in fact, losing this war. Yeah, that's not great. We're out of here. Later, nerds. We weren't shocked to lose that war. We knew that that was very likely going to be the outcome. So that's completely okay. We are out of there. We don't want anything to do with it. We kind of got brought in against our will. So that's fine for now. We're going to be finishing up a lot of these synthetic plants as well as logging camps quite soon here. And that'll be good. For the moment, we could think about maybe trying to get Luxembourg on our side. We're already bankrolling them. We can actually absolve their obligation if we wanted to. We can't customs union them, and is that because they are... Okay, they're in a personal union with the Netherlands. Sure, fair enough. Our relations with the Netherlands are reasonable. I want to actually look at what our options are here. They would not currently accept a customs union, but we could certainly absolve their obligation to us. That boosts their opinion up to friendly. So they're now at minus 66 reasons for this. Oh, now they would accept it. So, we just invited the Netherlands into a customs union. That's a big deal. And they want a trade agreement. Done. So, Luxembourg was under Netherlands. Are they still? Well, they're still in a personal union with the Netherlands. Okay, noted. So that's absolutely fine. No real problem there. Our bankroll was broken with Netherlands, of course. And that's looking good. So they are now a junior partner with us in a customs union. Now, I don't know that they are allowed to join our confederation, to be clear. I don't know that that'll be a thing. And then there's these guys down here, who I would very much like to get them to join our confederation. I think they can. They just haven't chosen to yet. So for the time being, that's okay. Trench works has been finished up, which will actually help our military. Our military needs the help. There's no doubt about that. We can now go down to trench infantry, which we should probably be changing that in these buildings, shouldn't we? Let's change that here, trench infantry and trench infantry. Cool. So that will help our military somewhat. The real question is, what else do we need? Well, our tech has not been focused on at all for the military. There's no doubt about that. We are tearing our way through this construction queue, and it's actually going quite quickly. Our synthetic plants will be done at the latest in 8 weeks. So that's really, really good here. Luxembourg ended their support for us. That's fascinating. Checking in here on their diplomacy, they owe obligations to us, they're improving relations with Belgium, and they're in a personal union under Netherlands. Yeah. So, Belgium over here, they're currently wary of us, and I think they're upset because we pieced out. We're going to begin improving relations with them again, and we're also going to bankroll them again. There we go. We could take on their debt. They wouldn't accept that right now, though. Interesting. The Rhineland flood. What's going on here? The local riverbanks have burst in Rhineland, destroying homes and taking lives. The banks have been swelling for days, but we didn't expect the deluge last night. We weren't prepared. So, Rhineland would get 25% devastation, and there would be a chance that famine would occur. Or, we pay $226,400, and they get flood relief for 5 years. Okay, so that's 5 years of that. And only 10% devastation. Okay. So that's reasonably expensive, but we can actually afford it. This is not going to be a major problem right now. So that seems reasonably okay. Reasonably. We're working on a lot of things right now, of course, and the question is our investment pool building up right now? The answer is no. So we are expecting this debt amount to go up. Yeah, we're definitely expecting this debt amount to go up. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. We're going to be expanding a lot of power plants here. Beautiful. So now we are only expanding power plants. This is the highest that our deficit should be, in theory. I want to check through all of these pages here, specifically at the end. Okay, that's a skyscraper. Noted. We've still got the inefficient taxation capacity in Brandenburg. So we still want to queue that up, and we'll get that going. Wonderful. We've also got low market access in Anhalt, in Schleswig, Holstein, and in Württemberg. So we should definitely get those worked on as well. One there, and one there. All of that goes at the top of our list, and we'll pull out of our investment pool. Beautiful. So that will reduce our deficit by a little bit here as we continue to work through this construction queue at breakneck speed. We still have 106 weeks left in it, though. There's a lot left there. We are going to finish up a number of our power plants, not quite every week, but close-ish. Close-ish. So that'll be fine. Things are looking decent for us at this point. We do want to get Belgium back on our side. We'd love to bring them into a customs union right now, but we need to get relations brought back up. They're currently wary towards us. That will change as we bring that up. Actually, we could take on their debt. 4 million, huh? And then they'd owe us an obligation. We'll not do that just yet. For the moment, we will chill and wait on that one. So electricity is still expensive. I don't think that there's anywhere where we can build additional oil generation, is there? No, there definitely isn't. It would be awfully nice if there was, but unfortunately, we are maxed out on our oil production. So that's okay. Checking in on our GDP, we're at 917 million. We're almost double France's GDP. Wow. Okay, well, we'll continue to work on that. Our construction is just continuing apace. At this point, we have 97 weeks left in our queue here. Now, to be clear, when we finish this queue, we'll have two things. One, a very large investment pool. And two, a lot of electricity. And three, we'll have three things. The third thing will be that we'll have a lot of factories ready to expand. So that'll be good. That will be very, very good. We're not really cranking up the GDP right now, to be clear. It will start to go up again. Right now, it's kind of stagnating as we finish up all of these power plants. And I do fully expect population to be a problem, and a big one. That said, we are moving our way up the population chart. So that's good. That's very, very good. We also have nearly 1 million peasants. Noted. Central planning has just been unlocked, giving us taxation capacity. We also have a new production method in the government administration. And let's take a quick look at that. So the government administration is this one. We can go down to the telephone switchboards. Adds a bunch of demand for telephones. But that does give us a ridiculous amount of extra bureaucracy and taxation capacity. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on our actual balance here. This seems acceptable. So we need to spend some bureaucracy, I feel like. We should try to pass some laws to that end. So what do we want to do here? Well, let's see. Honestly, I would love to move to women in the workplace. Unfortunately, we cannot do that at this time. It's not supported by any interest group. It would be ideal, but unfortunately, it's just not the case. So what else do we have here that we want to do? Things that we know that we need. We're on a professional army right now, and we're not going to go off of that, I don't think. National Guard seems fine. As far as our police force goes, a dedicated police force is the only thing we can do. Interventionism is the only thing that we can do here. Per capita taxation, we could go to, like, graduated taxation. That would actually be an increase in our revenue from our current tax law. Not as much as proportional taxation. So this would be the single biggest income builder that we could do. Who would be angry? Industrialists and Junkers. They're already angry. Let's go. Okay, so on we go with our proportional taxation. And we'll get that underway. We are going to be hitting our credit cap eventually. That said, we're starting to have things really come online at this point. There's a secession movement possible, that's fine. And we have some low market access, but we're expecting these railroads to finish up soon enough. So that'll be good. There's a revolution brewing from the industrialists and the Junkers. Who could have possibly seen that coming? They don't like the proportional taxation. But they cap out at 60, so I'm not sure how much we actually care. That is to say, I don't think we care at all. It's very high radicalism, sure. So there's going to be a bunch of radicals that come in from it. But overall, I think it's okay. So we can see our investment pool building up here. And our constructions are underway. How many more weeks here? 82 weeks? I mean, obviously, we're going to run out of money before 82 weeks. There's no doubt about that. But we do have this 226k additional expenses, which should be going away in about 4 years, which is a while. 4 years is certainly a while. Estonian migration. Okay, sure. We have low market access in Anhalt and Silesia still, so we should certainly consider increasing our railways there. That's a high priority and gets put at the beginning, which will reduce our weekly cost here because now we're pulling from that investment pool. Cool. So these power plants. There's only 64 of them left to build here beyond what we have going on. 63 now. So we should be seeing, not necessarily soon, but kind of soon-ish is the term I'm going to go with. We should be seeing soon-ish. That's not... Hang on, what's going on here? What's this revolutionary play? Or diplomatic play? Gran Colombia? In revolutionary Venezuela? We literally don't care. Okay, we're out of here. Fantastic. No problem there. And are these guys just chilling at 60? Yeah, as expected. Perfect. They want to preserve per capita taxation. They do not want to go to proportional taxation. But this is going to be a huge, huge swing in cash for us. To the point where we can probably get away with substantial changes here. Because we don't need the amount of income that that's going to give us. But what we can do is utilize that to get more loyalists, which would be the idea. Cool. So we're now down to 58 in the queue. That's wonderful. And we're seeing 69 weeks left. Nice. Okay. So Romanian migration, sure, that's fine. The question is, are we going to hit our credit cap before this turns around? I think the answer to that is a definite maybe. We have interests that are disappearing soon. That's fine. We don't care about these interests. We can get rid of those if we want. Those interests are not interesting at this moment. That's the term we're going to go with. Okay, so we would definitely like... They're a puppet of Austria. Noted. Okay. Is Amsterdam no longer in the customs union with us? They aren't. What did they do? They're now in... Oh, this is Luxembourg. Right. They have a dominion. They're now in a customs union with Great Britain. Uh-huh. They were in our customs union. So the question is, what would they need to change to ours? I think they'd be willing to. We just need some time. So we'll continue bankrolling them for the moment, and that seems okay. This revolution is not a threat right now. Britain taking Netherlands away from us like that is definitely upsetting. Britain is nowhere near as powerful as we are economically, but I'm assuming that they're stronger than us militarily. Like, I'm definitely making that assumption. I don't know, that feels pretty low in terms of their number of troops. That results in an army power projection of 2115 compared to our power projection of 5,000. So we probably actually can take Britain. Now, France, on the other hand, theirs is actually comparable to ours. Noted. What about Austria? Theirs is substantially above us. Not shocking. That's fine. So we're going to finish up these railways here, and that will help our market access in Silesia and Anhalt. We're also seeing our market access in Baden beginning to drop here. So we should construct another railway right there. Cool. And I queued that up at the beginning. Excellent. So we're seeing our deficit begin to drop off a little bit here. There's the oil turbine unlocked. Again, we probably don't want to run this, because if we were to shift over to the oil-fired plant, yes, we would produce a lot more electricity, but we would also consume 27,000 oil. That's a lot of oil. How much oil do we have in our negative right now? Oil, it will be negative. How much do we have right now? What's our deficit? Yeah, that's going to, like, quadruple our deficit. We really can't get away with that. But what we can do is we could grab flash freezing. That is, however, exposed to an innovation here. And so I think we're going to leave that be, and we're going to hop over to the military tree here. I would definitely like to make our way down. Let's see here. Automatic machine guns is already exposed as well. So something like defense in depth. Potentially. Sure, we can grab that for now. Cool. The real question here, of course, is how long are we going to be running at this level of deficit? And that is quite a question. We have a huge amount of debt, and we can only run like this for about 20 more weeks. Our total construction queue is 54 weeks, but we only need to complete 34 more before this deficit starts to drop. So that's the real question right now. And we're going to complete a lot of them here in a moment. Yeah, a whole lot are about to complete. We only need 17 more completed. And now we're building everything in the queue. So now we're going to start seeing our deficit drop on a weekly basis. That's absolutely great. That said, there may be more things that get queued up, but I don't think so, because our total time left is 50 weeks right now. The skyscraper is going to keep things from getting automatically queued. So that should be fine. And at this point, I think we're okay. I think we're not going to have to pause our construction. We have a lot in our investment queue right now. And we are going to have to deal with our low market access at some point. So we're currently building in Baden. We need Anhalt, Silesia, and Hanover. Okay, so Anhalt, Silesia, and Hanover. There we go. Fantastic. And we have a telephones input goods shortage as well. So we're going to need to work on our electronics, which we had not or rather our electrics, which we had not done very much with, to be honest. I'm going to build 5 in Brandenburg. 5, actually, I want to queue these up, I think, on top. Well, it doesn't actually matter. No, it does matter. Let's queue them up on top. We'll build 5 in Bavaria, 5 in Franconia, and then 5 in Württemberg as well. Now, a lot of these will be negative. Let's go ahead and queue this up to be 5 as well. There we go. So we'll get some telephones being made. Beautiful. And these are reducing our deficit because they are pulling out of our investment pool. So that actually helps us in terms of our current debt. So that's great. We're going to be finishing up more power plants over time. And we've got 45 weeks left here. We should be seeing this deficit go away quite soon. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to work our way through this construction queue. It's a big one. And then we'll try to spend down our deficit, or rather our debt a little bit, most likely. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisil, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.